26% tariff on all Indian exports to America will officially come into effect 9:30 a.m. today. In the next half an hour, big news coming in. Donald Trump will impose the 26% tariff. Remember, while, of course, India expected a much lower tariff given our negotiations, but if you also compare this tariff to other, including Asian nations like whether it's China, Cambodia, Vietnam, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, it is primarily a lower tariff. Nevertheless, 26% tariff on Indian exports heading to the USA comes into effect. He's not wasted any time. In case you've not noticed, it is the 9th of April, 9 a.m. In the next half an hour, 26% tariff is set to be imposed on India. India, of course, is looking at further exemptions, further negotiations to possibly have a reduction in this tariff in the days to come. But for now, Donald Trump is going ahead with it. He's, remember, said when he was making this announcement that India is a friend. Prime Minister Modi is a friend. He was here a few days ago, Donald Trump said, but India hasn't been fair to us when it comes to tariff. There have been exemptions as well that has come to India on certain items. Nevertheless, 26% tariff. What will it have as an impact on exporters, on India's business domestically? Let's listen in first to what officials are saying.
One important driver of these negative trends has been unfair, unbalanced, and non-reciprocal trade. This includes the effect of higher tariffs imposed by other countries on the United States, the effect of non-tariff measures that promote other countries' exports and obstruct U.S. exports, and other foreign economic policies favoring overproduction and degrading America's manufacturing capacity. And the lack of reciprocity is an important driver of our global trade deficit and with particular countries. So it's common sense to focus on these indicators. Our average tariff on agricultural goods is 5%, but India's average tariff is 39%. You understand the trend here. Our trade deficit, driven by these non-reciprocal conditions, is a manifestation of the loss of the nation's ability to make, to grow, to build. Nearly 50 countries have approached me personally to discuss the President's new policy and explore how to achieve reciprocity, and they've spoken with many members of the administration. Several of these countries, such as Argentina, Vietnam, India, and Israel, have suggested that they will reduce their tariffs and non-tariff barriers in line with the President's policy, and these obviously are welcome moves.
So remember, on one side, the market set to open, and then comes in the 26% tariff as well. How will the Indian business, exporters and the economy respond to this 26% tariff? Remember that also Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal had said they are going to meet exporters, they are going to have discussions internally as well and analyze further details. My colleague from Business Today, Chetan Bhutani, joins me. Chetan, so it's finally happening. Tell me more about the kind of impact we can expect. What are the products that possibly will face the 26% tariff, and how is Indian government going ahead to ensure that there should be a cushioning impact on our business domestically?
Well, Pooja, there are two major things happening. As we speak, in about 25 to 30 minutes more time, we see that the Trump tariffs would be executed as per the official time given by the United States government. Well, we see there are 3 to 4 key sectors that the Indian exporters will be hit very hard. Plus, also, I'd like to highlight one breaking news element that around 11 a.m., the Union Cabinet is supposed to meet, where it will be apprised about the developments of how the impact would be coming onto the exporters. And secondly, the Ministry of Commerce is also likely to meet exporters. And also, I'd like to point out that that the government is in constant touch with exporters so as to minimize the issues and the impact of the Trump tariffs. Now, coming to the sectors, Pooja, what all sectors can be are likely to be hit? It's the electronics, gems and jewellery, automobile, auto components, and agriculture products. Because remember, in electronics, we have approximately exposed about 14 billion worth of goods to the US. The sector is among the hardest hit, which would be, of course, networking switches, routers, and providing gems and jewellery as well, because we have a trade of about $9 billion odd with the United States. With the automobiles and auto components, the automobile sector is not very hit hard because we have a minimal export to the United States as far as cars and bikes are concerned. But yes, the auto component part, switches, gearbox, and other items are really likely to hit very hard because we have a 26% tariff coming onto that picture as well. As far as agriculture product goes, Pooja, we have products like rice, dairy, processed foods will face significant challenges. Plus, considering we have a 104% tariff coming into the China sector as well, we need to closely watch out And the Union Cabinet is also likely to be
Stay on with
apprised
me, stay on
about
with me. That's the
development.
big breaking news coming in. Let's take a look at that. What the Union Cabinet is going to be doing about it. We are told that the Cabinet will be apprised about Trump tariffs. There's a meeting at 11 a.m. So after those tariffs start to get imposed, the Union Cabinet will have a meeting too. They'll discuss India's strategy as the tariffs come into effect. Government, according to our colleagues on the ground, have been in touch with the exporters. They want to minimize the impact of the tariff. Commerce Ministry, remember, had said they'll be meeting exporters on 9th. Let's listen into what the minister has to say first.
We are working on a bilateral trade agreement as was decided between Prime Minister Modi and President Trump in February. We have had a series of engagements. All of them are going well in the right direction. Obviously, we are covering a very wide array of subjects, a very wide array of products, and I can assure business persons across the country that we are keeping the best interests of India.
Chetan Bhutani continues to be with us. Chetan, tell me more about this, because eventually it's not about what Trump does, but what the Indian government will do, can do, should do to ensure that here domestically the impact is at its lowest. Tell me more about this.
The government has been engaged with various exporters, and remember, India also has a very big organization called the Confederation of All India Traders, which also has about a lot of businesses, including under its umbrella, and that has also been giving its representations to the government about what they really want and how would they like to be cushioned. Also, for example, the fisheries sector in India is really impacted with this development because the export to the shrimp exports are valued significantly to the United States, and with tariffs coming in, of course, the exporters will be hitting very hard. As far as the pharma sector is concerned, Pooja, India should be a little worried about its exports if the tariffs come into effect, as hinted by Donald Trump. India has an export of about $9 billion annually, and if these exports are hit, then considerably we would see the prices of drugs and medicines getting higher.
All right, so there could be some changes. We'll be looking at all of this, and importantly, remember, it's the domestic business that government needs to ensure are kept safe. Chetan, thank you very much for all your updates coming in this morning. It's the big showdown that started. How will India ensure that it's taken the negotiation route, and how will that help?